Shalom, shalom. How are we doing today? Sorry it's taking me so long to upload another video, but it's because I've been having problems with my camera on my laptop. But I was just wanting to come back with you with a video talking about trying to get curriculum, but not quite there to buying a curriculum. Sometimes you got to look at the money you have and the money you don't have and the money you have to spend. So I have been looking around, especially at my favorite store, Dollar Tree. One of my favorite stores. So I've been getting things like these and 2 different colors. So just to make it different, they only $1 a piece. So usually I get 2 of each color. So one day they'll do this one, and another day they'll do this one, and that'll be my geography assignment. Or I get the world map. Well, not the United States map, sorry. And I get that, and here's the picture of it in the corner, if you can see it. I usually get these just to, so it can just go alongside with this, so if they have to look at it. And then it helps with them learning the states and the capitals. So just see what you need for your, I'll add it on below what each grade level you can look for like trying to not purchase a curriculum or do different things like this, like go to Dollar Tree and go find your own little curriculums. And then I can post websites where I can get curriculum from as well. So I got 2 of these because I got 2 8th grade. Well, actually, I think I got 3 of these because my preschooler that I help with. And then I use these for the United States. So if we're talking about China, Africa, this is what I'll use. It's a blow-up inflatable globe and stuff. So depends on what grade you're in, what grade your children in. But every child needs to know their states, capitals, where things are located. And then I got this years back. Thrift stores helped me out a great deal. Great deal. So here's the thing. And this can pretty much be a geography curriculum if you want it to be. What I usually do. You can, if you want, and then find little books to go with them, like this, and to help your children out. This at Dollar Tree as well. All of these I got from Dollar Tree. And this one I got from a thrift store. I don't know how much it actually cost, but I think I got it for $1 at the thrift store. So, if you're a thrift shopper, I learned to be a thrift shopper when I started homeschooling because I had 4 at that time when I was doing homeschooling. So, basically, in my eyes, I got my geography. I might, and then we had a book one year that I just took out the map out of. I think it's upside down. So I pretty much took it out of the book and we use it. So different ways. And then I got this from a thrift store as well. I think this was $1. I love thrift shopping, especially if you're homeschooling. I mean, it's different ways to grab their attention, especially with your sons, or any child, a male child. You gotta grab their attention with bright colors, movement. So that's where you get it. And then remember when I told you about the visual, the kinesthetic, and the audio learner? Well, visual aid for here, or kinesthetic too, because you're doing hands-on. And then the maybe you can find a video that I'll link that in the bottom as well. Find a video where it tells you the names of the states and states, country, continent. It can tell you all that to help them too. And then that'll be your audio learner as well. So you have your 3 different ones. They're hearing it, they're doing movements, and then they're active, and then they're seeing it. So there you go. You got your 3. If you got three different children learning 3 different ways, then you got it right here. So I'll put in that to help you out as well. So pretty much, if you think about it, you went to Dollar Tree or the thrift store, and with probably just this stuff, you can do you can just have your geography. You don't even need this one, but I just like to find extra things to help them out. Different color excites them. I think it's 4 different books to go with this one. I think it is, to tell you about the United States and stuff. So Dollar Tree helped me out as well. And then if you have a chance, go and explore these, or have the money, go and explore places, so it can help you out. I mean, you don't have to go way far, but then they can look at the places on the map. And the library has a map of your town when you first walk in, or you can go to your welcome center and get maps. I think they're about, if you go to the welcome center of your town, they should be free. If not, no more than $5. But I have seen them like at gas stations for $5 and $10, and Walmart at $5 and $10. So it could be another geography, helping you out with your geography. Just little things like that. I mean, you might have to go adventuring off, but I mean, to help you with your children, that could be just a field trip right there. Just going to the welcome center and finding maps and stuff of your town or state or whatever, or the library, and just get little things, and they look, and it can look at it, because this is the world and this is the United States, but maybe it's you're doing states and the states and of your area, of your local place. So you can go there, or you can travel to another city and go to the welcome center. Wherever you go, and just see what they got at the welcome center. It helps with social studies and geography a great deal. So I learned that as I was traveling. I was like, hey, let's go to the welcome center, because the children always want to know where we were at, instead of saying, Mom, where we at? So I have them take out a map, open it up, and look, oh, we're here, we're there, or whatever, and have them look on the side of the road, basically where you looking at, to find out where you is, and they have to find it out on the map. And when it's just venturing all over. I mean, you don't have to be sitting in your classroom. I have learned that you don't have to be sitting in your room or in your living room, dining room, wherever you have school. You don't have to sit there. I have learned that I wish I learned this when my older two were real young. The world is your school. So going to the Welcome Center, it could call for geography, because you got to know where you're at. You got to look at signs to see where you're going, where you bypass, and let's see, you got to know where you're at. So you're teaching your children how to look at a map, how to read a map instead of or read a compass, and that's another thing, a compass, to help you out. We bought one, I think, at Walmart for $5, just to show you north, south, east, west. We got one propped up in our van from Walmart. I don't remember the price. So it could be endless. It's just venturing, showing what you can do with your children. I know money could be kind of tight, so look at that. But I mean, just going across, some Walmart, like instead of going to Walmart where you're at, go to the Walmart in the next town over. What is it? Like our two Walmarts is about 10 minutes away from each other, so we go one or we go the other and stuff. I remember a couple times we went 20 minutes out and went to another one, and they looked at their maps and stuff to see where they was at, where we were at, and looked at the signs and just things like that, venturing out, showing them and stuff. As I said, the world is your school. Please use it. Let's see what else. We have camped, so we use these. What else? To figure out what location or where we were at and which campsite we went to. I mean, you can do that. I mean, it's just endless ways for them to learn their geography and understand their geography. So whatever you choose as a mom, you choose as a family, please learn your children and learn their figure out how do they learn. I'll drop the link down there, dealing with what kind of learning skills, like audio, visual, and kinesthetic. Kinesthetic is more where your child have to be hands-on. Everything you do have to be hands-on. Or audio, where they have to hear what's going on. Or visual, where you can see it with the colors. Like I'm a visual learner, and I know I'm a visual learner because I can tell my child if they're looking for something exactly where it is. If it's upstairs in their room, behind the door, in their dresser drawer, wherever it is, it's visual because I can see it. Like if my husband asks me where is something out and stuff, like if we just stop off at a grocery store and so I'm visually looking in my refrigerator or visually looking in my cabinets to see what I have, and that's a visual learner. I have to see it I have to see it and stuff in my brain or in the refrigerator and stuff. So that helps me out a lot when I'm out and about and trying to go shopping before I go home or something like that. But that helps me out. So that's what I'm saying about your children. They'll remember, like if we went to a park, they are so detailed in their paper because they visualize it, even if they're sitting in your desk. Like a writing assignment when you went to wherever place you went and you told them to write about it, what they seen, what they heard, what they knew, all that. That's dealing with writing. I mean, it's endless topics of writing. So just figure out what you need, your budget, and what kind of learning skills do your child need to help you, and what kind of learning skills do you have to teach them. Because my children are visual size kinesthetic, but they're more visual than the kinesthetic, except for one of my child, she's more audio and kinesthetic. So you gotta figure out which one. So then you gotta look at what curriculum will help them to do this. And it was one more thing else that I went to Dollar Tree. Oh, and then reading books that I found to see if they can watch the movie. So this is what I do. And then you can pretty much take I thought they would have, but you can ask some reading questions and stuff about the book. So just things like that. And then they can write their own way of Dora Lost in the Gold City. Maybe you can have them write their own. This is what I got from Dollar Tree as well. This is the book. So just different things like that you can look. Just venturing out before you go buy the curriculum, and then you find out at Walmart or Dollar Tree that they help you or accommodate with your goal. I'll put down in the description box where to find your grade level and what they need to learn, or what they need to learn for that grade level. So then you can maybe help yourself out and go to Dollar Tree or go to Walmart or something like that to get it to stay in your budget. That was a big thing with me, staying in my budget, because I'll start at the end of, well, not even really the end of the school year, like January-ish, and I'll start looking and putting it in my cart. Oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. And then I'll take the little amounts, the cheap ones and stuff, and I'll go start looking off and buying it. And if I see it, because that's why I start visualizing what do they need early, so when I go into the store or I'm looking online, I'll say, oh, that's cheap, I'll get that. And so it'll be there with me, so when we start the next school year, you'll have something. You won't just be at the end of this beginning of the next school year be like, oh, these curriculums are expensive, or they're not exactly helping their visual learning or their kinesthetic learning, because with kinesthetic you need to find stuff hands-on. I found this one, I looked at this one video where the woman took the graph and she made the graph out of children, but she used the tape, put the tape along the floor and made X and Y, and the children had to stand there where the X or where the number, if it's negative or positive, and stood there, and wherever that is, and stood there. I had a couple of children standing there, and I will have a couple of children standing there and do the graph, and then they transfer it to the paper. and figure it out. So that's another way. So in my eyes that means that I need to have a whole lot of tape around my house. I remember when we did geometry, that was area. So we were trying to figure out the room that we were in, and I had them do it from the ceiling to the floor, from the wall to the wall and stuff, or I had them measure around the room for area or perimeter to help them out with math. And that took my whole geometry, going place to place, finding things. Okay, this a square. Okay, I need you to tell me the area, or I need you to tell me the perimeter and stuff. So I did that with my children. And then visual, remember I said they have to have colors. So these are dominoes. I got these from Dollar Tree. And I use these for addition, subtraction, multiplication, adding. I did it for all. So I was like 2 plus 3, or 2 times 3, or okay, so what would be if it's 2 times 3? Okay, so I took that answer, and it's 6. So then I said, so what's 2 divided by 3, or 2 divided by 2? 6 divided by 2, or 6 divided by 3. Sorry. So I used to do that, and different things like that. Because most of my children are visual learners, so I had to find visual things to do with them, hands-on. And I'm still looking for hands-on. When they were younger, we played Uno cards. This is when they were preschool, first grade, kindergarten, and they learned their colors. So, okay, I said red 8. So you got to look for a red 8 in your hand, a red or 8 in your hand. So I did like that, or green or something like that. So they looked at the number, looked at the color, and away. Let's see, what else did we do? We played a lot of Monopoly, because I wanted them to learn how to read the cards, 1, and I wanted them to 2, learn how to add up money and subtract money, and that big amount of money. So we learned to do that. We did that in some math classes. What else? We did life. There was a lot of reading in life. So we did that. With a visual learner, make sure you get index cards and colored pencils, crayons, markers, highlighters, so they can see that whatever color, and the notebooks in different colors as well. So they knew, green is math, blue is grammar, red is writing, or something like that. Colors make a big difference for visual. Kinesthetic, make sure you got hands-on. They will do more hands-on projects than they will do writing and stuff. I remember one day we were in a car, and we were coming back from Chicago, and we basically made a story. My little one started all the way up to my big one, oldest child, and then my husband and I did it, and we just kept going around adding on sentences, and that was part of writing. And then at the end we asked them questions about it. So who was the characters in there, and where did you go? And so that's person, place, what did they do? And then you can ask them about the verb. Okay, what was the verb in the sentence? What was verb in one of the sentences? Well, and I mean, games can go endless. I mean, just make sure you write stuff down, so when however you do your end of the year, if it's a testing out, if it's anything, just make sure that you know that your child knows about what you done did all year. If it wasn't a lot of writing, or if it wasn't a lot of, it was more of Monopoly or Dominoes or Uno. If it was more of that, then make sure they learn it. Like we used to do spelling bee at the end of the year, spelling bee at the end of the week, and then stand up and spell their word, and or write it on the board for the visual, or my audio had to keep hearing it and stuff, so she had to memorize it, and I had to repeat it for her, or she had to repeat it, and then when she got up to do it on the board, and I had her seeing it in her head. And most visual learners, when you're up reading something, if you're doing reading time with them, if you're reading the book, make sure you have some kind of drawing activity with them. Like if you're reading say you read alouds. You're reading a chapter a day for your children. Have them some paper, some writing paper, or some construction papers, and have them draw a picture for you to go over. Because then, like with my sons, they used to pick and mess with their sisters, so I used to have this. Just drawing goes a long way, so you got to remember that. With my younger one, I learned how to make bubbles. We did letter of the week. We did number of the week. We did letter, number, shape of the week. We did letter, number, shape. There was one more of the week we did, and so the first part that was pretty much their whole reading and writing. We did letter. If they're younger, we did letter, like A. So the book we read was about apples, or about apes, or something like that. And then they wrote the letter A. They traced the letter A, something like that. I think I did that to first grade. And then we did, so every letter, every shape, and then the shape, we found shape books and stuff. And sometimes if we couldn't find shapes, we used to go around the whole house and look for what shape is the board, what shape is the door, what shape is whatever it was. We walked around the house and did that. Let's see, and we found the shape book so they know, so they could see that it's visual, or I drew it on the board or something like that. And the number, we found the number books, so then I drew it on the board, so then we went around the house and seen what number, or we went up and down the street and see if you seen the number, if you seen the shape, or you seen the letter that we went over. So that was more for our younger ones. That's just a curriculum pretty much. It's been about 15 years now, and by the time they were in second grade, they knew a lot. Map. That was the M, so we did a map. P, we did puzzle that week or something like that, just to grab their attention, entertain them, especially the younger children. I mean, between your 3 or 4 books, and they coloring in the shape or writing the letter or tracing the letter or tracing the number or writing a number and stuff. By the time they do that, and you took your walk around the block, you pretty much done the whole day, a whole school day with them. So that's what I like to do, entertain them, especially the young ones. Because now I have 2 8th graders, and they still want assignments like that. So I'm trying to dig in and find assignments like that instead of making a curriculum for them. Trying to find stuff like that. Just keep with your budget. Look at your inspiring verse or inspiring message for yourself. Please look at it daily. It helps out tremendously. Look around, see what you can find before you go out and buy a curriculum. Look around, see where you can find books are like cheaper. Maps. Look around. My specialty was Dollar Tree and thrift stores to help you. Let's see what else, because I really didn't get an 8th grade curriculum, and I don't think I'm going to, but if you hit down low, but I'm going to put in my description where to get curriculums and stuff like that if you want them, but make sure you have your teaching style in mind, your child's learning in mind when you go out and buy the curriculum. It really helps. It look good on paper, but then when it comes to real life in your classroom or in your room or wherever you're at, when you get to real life, like, this ain't it. This ain't the curriculum that I want. This ain't the curriculum that I need. And you're trying to sell back or hold on to this curriculum, because I remember I had 3 curriculums for my older 2, and I kept it for my younger 2, and I'm like, that ain't working with them either. So look at that. Please look at that and make sure. That's why I'm trying to do it so early. So because I remember when my older 2 was younger, at the end, it's almost time for school. I got to go out and buy curriculum books, and I went out and did that, and they were not happy. So that's what made me start making my own curriculum. Okay, my child, he's a visual learner. What do he like to do? My child, she's a audio learner. So what do I like to do? My other child, kinesthetic learning, because they was pretty young. So I made them out of a kinesthetic learner. I made hands-on things. So just look at that and see what you see. Just go out and see what you see, because I know nowadays it's getting kind of hit and miss. So please look. I even looked through and found outside playground, like if you're trying to do activities with them, playground that I went. We went camping, and we learned a lot from camping, so I wrote that into my curriculum because they learned something. And just remember, when you're learning, that helps. Different things you're doing. We learn how to make set up a tent, how to buy a tent, how to so what food do we need when we're out in this tent? What are we gonna eat? When are we gonna eat? How do the sky look? Learning about the sky, learning about the sun, the moon, how did it look when we're out in the nature, out in the country, compared to when we're at home. what's the difference in there? Is it quiet? Is it loud? Do you see birds? Do you see animals? Do you see more animals out there? Do you not? Do you see more animals in your backyard? I mean, this can be endless going on with your curriculum. It could be endless, but I will jot down some things in the description box to show you where to go, where to look. But thank you for watching this video, and have a great day, and see you. I'm trying to do one every week, so see you next week. Thank you. Shalawama!